Thank you all. Thank you, Tzipi, Limor, Michal, Tal. Thank you, Shirley, for this fascinating session. And speaking about China, guess what? AutoAgronom was acquired by China, as I said, and it is my time now to ask Noam Ilovich of AutoAgronom, who presented the company on stage last year, to speak about what he experienced when he went to California, Silicon Valley, to the Cleantech Open Global Ideas Competition. Noam, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Noam Ilovich, and I represented AutoAgronom last year in the Global Ideas Competition, and we actually won the competition, which was a tremendous respect and really exciting. I have 10 minutes, so I'm going to spend it a little bit to tell you about AutoAgronom and then how my experience went. AutoAgronom develops smart irrigation and fertilization control systems for agriculture. I'm sorry. Basically, what we do is we have a few sensors in the ground. We listen to the plants. We know how much water, how much fertilizer they need, and we administer it just in time with the right amount. This is basically the concept, and this is what we're doing. Last year was the first trial we did with corn in China, whoever asked about Chinese investors, and we got 70% more yield than the control side, which was the key differentiator to the company that acquired AutoAgronom actually a few days ago. They signed the contract. The Cleantech Open competition is a huge stage for you. If you want to show at the largest show on earth in Cleantech, this is the place to be. After winning the Israeli competition, I started creating the presentation to the Cleantech Global competition, and basically I came to San Francisco, where I actually met Paul DeGive. It's a 2.5 days competition or an event. The first half day is actually includes a mentoring session. And when I say a mentoring session, basically you come to a hotel. There are many companies out there, and you have mentors like Paul who actually listen to what you say, see the presentation, and give you comments on what is missing, what you need to emphasize, etc. After spending 10 minutes with Paul, he said, okay, stop. Did you get the list of items that are going to be, you're going to be judged about? I told him, no, we didn't get that. So he said, okay, let me see the slides. We went very, very quickly through the slides. And his response was, okay, so you need to have this, this, and this, and this, a list of items that were not covered in the presentation. So first thing to do for the winner is to understand exactly what you need to show the judges in the Cleantech competition. I had, I don't know, 12 hours before the first round of competition, which was about 2 hours of sleep, and the rest was creating a new presentation with many slides. Now, when I come to these events, I usually practice, which means I create a script, I create the slides, I make sure everything is aligned, and then I practice. I was walking through my hotel room, I think for about 3 hours, talking to myself like an idiot, but basically what I said was the complete presentation. I did not want to make any mistake, either in English, in grammar, or in timing. And this is really important. You have 5 minutes to impress the judges. You need to deliver a lot of information. It has to be coherent, okay? And therefore you have to create the script before. You have to know what the slides are. You have to click on the right timing, okay? And you do it yourself. So everything has to work. So I had many hours with myself, talking to myself, which is really interesting. But basically, I knew everything by heart, and then comes Paul and destroys everything, or at least 50% of it. So, you know, you're in Israel, you have to, you know how to cope with things. So I took the presentation apart and built it, the last, I think, seven slides I replaced completely, including the graphics, which wasn't really very good, because my graphic skills are not that good, and went to the first judging panel. When you enter a judging panel, basically it was a room full of chairs. I think it was 6 judges. I'm not really sure exactly how many. And I came to the room a few minutes before my time. And what I wanted to see is, first of all, how it looks. Where am I going to stand? Because there is no rehearsal. You just get to the computer and start your presentation. I wanted to see where I stand, where the judges stand. I wanted to hear what they are looking for. I wanted to hear the questions to make sure that I more or less cover what the other companies didn't. And then I got to the stage, waited, and they gave me the cue, started to give the lecture. 5 minutes, and then you're up for 5 minutes of Q&As. Another tip, write the questions. The questions that they are asking you are the issues that you did not cover in your presentation. Went off stage, wrote the questions, went out, and then you basically have a set of events. You get a speed dating with potential investors, where you are asking specific investors to meet you, or they are asking you. This whole event was interesting, but, well, it's not my cup of tea, so I was more into the presentation and understanding what was missing. Went back to my room, fixed the points that I did not cover in the presentation. Placed it in the right place, and again, 2 hours speaking to myself, but it had to be in the right place. The next day was actually the show, where basically you are going to a very big hall. Many companies are showing, including myself. All I had was a laptop. I didn't really even have, I don't know how you call it, but roll-up. I didn't really even have a roll-up. People came there with, really, there was one guy who came with the toilet, and he wanted to show how he actually saves water, flushing down with his super toilet or whatever. So, really, there are people with many, many interesting presentations. They stuck me up in the second floor. At the beginning, no one came. And as long as the day progressed, people started asking questions. And I needed to give a 3-minute presentation on the company. And this was, again, something that they asked us to do very, very quickly. 3 minutes is about 4 slides, 5 slides. And you get up on a podium. There are certain people who want to hear about you. You give a presentation. You go off, that's it. These are things that you're doing throughout the event. I met a few very interesting entrepreneurs who are friends of mine right now. And this is really important because you can share your thoughts, you can share your fears, you can share your experiences, and this is really important because I was alone. And to get through this alone is not easy. At 9 a.m. they started the whole session. There was, who was this? Chris? He went up on the stage? Kevin, I'm sorry, Kevin. Started talking, explaining about what's going on, and then on, I think, 10:30, he announced the 5 runner-ups for the prize. Again, a whole shebang, but other than that, you understand that you're on the top 5, at least this is what I got to understand, and then you have some time to relax and practice your speech again. Since I did that in the hotel, I was okay. So throughout the day, I spent the time with the people around, talking, looking at other people presenting, looking at other ideas. Again, very interesting. 4:30 was my scheduled presentation. At 4 p.m. I left my station with my laptop. 15 minutes, read again the whole presentation, made sure that I know everything by heart, and then went out to calm myself. It was in San Francisco. You can see the sea. Very interesting, very nice. 5 minutes of calming down, and then I went to the judges panel. The last company before me was still on review, and then I was asked to come up to the judging panel. They arranged my presentation and waited because they were still talking about themselves, among themselves, and writing down the papers. They said, okay, we're ready. And then I did this. Closed my eyes for 2 seconds, opened them up, smiled, and started talking. This placed me in the right position to start talking about what AutoAgronom is. It took me 5 minutes to go through the whole presentation. And then it was about 30 minutes, out of which I think it was 5 to 10 minutes presentation, I'm not really sure. And then there was a 20-minute debate between the judges. Now basically this is the Q&A session. The Q&A was among the judges. I was there looking at them like this, smiling and waiting for them to stop talking and ask me questions. Well, at the end of the presentation, 3 of them wanted to buy the system for their home use, but it's not really relevant. And I got very good feedback. I went off the judging panel and then waited for the announcement. And they took us all, in the announcement, they took us all to the stage, made a huge show. There was this guy from, I don't know, from Hollywood who presented everyone. He was very well known. Probably my kids knew him because he was a star of a show. I don't really know exactly. And at the end of the whole event, basically they announced that we won the Cleantech Global. Now, it's really a very happy moment. It's an emotional moment. You have to say thank you to everyone and be coherent. And then you get a statue which weighs 3 kilograms, out of which 2.8 kilograms is a marble stone, which almost caused me to get to overweight. Another issue. The key takeaways is, first of all, know everything by heart. You're giving a presentation, know it by heart. Know the script, know the slides, know the timing, okay? Know when to emphasize and know when to hold back. This is really important for people to understand. The logic has to be clear. One of the things Paul did was change a little bit the logic of my slides. It may seem logic to you, but it's not logic to someone who doesn't really know what you're doing. So the mentoring session is really, really important. Come into the room a little bit before your time. Listen to what they're asking. See if you're covering the things that they're asking about. Okay? If you're not, it's okay. Still, have the answers. And enjoy. It's really fun. Thank you.